Though we know who we are, yet we know not what we may be. So maybe I'm the one, or maybe I'm crazy. I'm from.
Welcome back to your No Malarkey Guide in Machine Learning. My name is Kalu, and we are doing multiple linear regression, as we said in the last video. In this tutorial series, in this video actually, we're going to download the data set that we need from Kaggle.com, and we are going to install the dependencies that we're going to need for this tutorial series. It was the same thing we did in the last tutorial series, but I figure we'd do it again for those who haven't watched the first simple linear regression tutorial series. And if you haven't, by the way, why don't you go ahead and watch that? I'll wait. I'll still be here for you. Go ahead and watch that. But anyways, in case you haven't watched it, well, first and foremost, we need to get the data. And the data, if you guys forget, if you guys don't remember from the first video, we have an issue. We want to know what house or what sales price to list our dear grandma's house in Ames, Iowa. So our grandma's trying to sell her house. We want to make sure that we can estimate an accurate sales price that it should be accurately valued at. So we want to go ahead and do that, but first we need data, and the data we need is going to comprise of hundreds and thousands of information about sales price and square feet and other stuff like that about houses in Ames, Iowa. So to do that, we need to go to Kaggle.com, and we're going to go to this right here. Kaggle House Prices Advanced Regression Techniques. So just go to this link right here. There should be a link in the description if you guys aren't able to read or type all of that out. So welcome to Kaggle. If you haven't already, please go ahead and sign in or create a username, register, and sign in, because you're going to need to be signed in order to have access to the data. So speaking of data, why don't we go ahead and get that data? So what we need right now, we're going to look at the data description later, but for now, we just want the test. So go ahead and download the test. And we want the train. So go ahead and download the train. So once you have those two things, we can then open our terminal. So I'm gonna open my terminal using Control-Alt-T. And with my terminal open, I want to cd into the desktop. We're gonna make a directory on our desktop, and we're gonna call it multiple linear regression. And we're gonna cd into that folder. And once we're inside of this folder, I'm gonna hit clear so we can see clearly. And you can see that we are in a folder in our desktop called multiple linear regression. So once we're in this folder, we're going to go ahead and create our virtual environment, and we're going to use Python 3 interpreter. And if you guys can just use a regular Python interpreter. If you don't have Python 3, if it gives you some error saying I don't have Python 3, then just erase this 3 and just use Python, and it will give you a Python 2 interpreter. But we're going to use Python 3. If you don't have Python 3, it's okay to use just Python 2. So why don't we go ahead and write the name of our virtual environment, and we're not going to get creative. It's just going to be multiple linear regression, VENV, virtual environment, multiple linear regression. And we're going to create that and wait for all that to load. So while we're waiting for it to load, okay, it's finished. So now we need to install a whole bunch of libraries, a whole bunch of machine learning, data science, and just data manipulation libraries. So in order to do that, in data visualization libraries, in order to do that, first we need to install sudo apt-get install pk, I think it's called ktinker. Let's search this. Install Ubuntu install ktinker. Why don't we go ahead and search Yahoo for that. Install Python TK. Okay. Install Python. We're going to do Python 3 TK. And type in your password. And you can see I already have it, so it says we're all good. We're all good. So if you don't have it, go ahead and install that. You're going to need it for sklearn. So once we have that, why don't we go ahead and log into our virtual environment. So we do that by writing source, the name of our virtual environment folder, and then this path, and we press enter. You can see we're now logged in. Now that we're logged in, we can safely pip install Python dependencies. So pip install, we want to install numpy, pandas, matplotlib, sklearn, scipy, and cborn. And once we got all that, go ahead and hit enter, and all your dependencies should start installing. Mine's already cached because I frequently install these, so it's not going to take that long. If yours isn't cached, it may take a little bit of time for it to download, but once we have all these, we want to enter Python and make sure we can safely import it. And once we import it, we know that we are good. We know that we are on the way. So give it a second to safely install. All right, just 1 second here. Go ahead. Come on. I promised the audience it would go so much faster. You make me a liar, Ubuntu. Don't make me a liar. So after we do this, what we're going to do is just enter Python and then try to import NumPy, Pandas, cborn, matplotlib, and sklearn, and make sure that everything works well. So enter. So now it's finished. We want to enter Python. You can see it enters into a Python 3 environment by default because we chose Python 3 to make our virtual environment. So in here, import NumPy as NP. Good, that works. Import Pandas as PD. Import matplotlib.pyplot is PLT. Import cborn as SNS. Import let's say from sklearn, import linear model. And what else are we missing? Great, I think those are all our imports. So if all that works, then you know you've successfully installed all the dependencies we're gonna need for this tutorial series. So I will see you guys at the next video. If you like content like this, again, please go ahead and click that like button, click that subscribe button, and share this to at least 10 or 20 of your friends. If you're African, you gotta share it to at least 20 or 100 of your friends. You know you got extra responsibilities. So I'm gonna see you guys at the next videos. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna have a lot of fun in the next video. I can't wait. Peace.
Financial freedom, my only hope.